The future of the relationship between Alabama Public Television and the Public Broadcasting Service is unclear.
Well, today, Governor Kay Ivey sent a letter to the Alabama Educational Television Commission concerning a potential vote tomorrow on APT disaffiliating from PBS. Now, in that letter, the governor asked the commission to do two things. She wants them to thoroughly survey Alabamians over a sustained period of time. The governor wants to find out how they feel and why, and she wants to make sure that it's conducted by a reputable company.
Finally, she wants the commission to prepare a disaffiliation plan for public view. In her letter, she says the commission was created by law for making the benefits of educational TV available to and promoting its use by people who live in our state. She wants to know the reasons for the move and how the commission would continue to do its legal duty. WVTM 13's Lisa Crane following this story. She spoke with commissioners today.
Generations of children have learned to read and count because of the educational program Sesame Street. Now it could become harder to find this type of programming in Alabama if Alabama Public Television cancels its affiliation with PBS. APT lost almost $3 million in federal funding this year and had to let go of 15% of its staff. Now some APT commissioners think they can't afford the more than $2 million annual cost of being a PBS member.
The money shortfall isn't the problem that some think it might be. We do have $4 million in what's called a rainy day fund, and in my mind, if this ain't a rainy day, I don't know what's a rainy day. But then also this, I've always operated that crisis is opportunity.
Commissioner Pete Conroy says loyal viewers have let them know by the thousands they want to keep PBS. He hopes they'll follow that up with monetary donations. He admits some of the push to leave PBS could be connected to a perceived bias in its news programming.
I think it has a lean, but I think that lean is slight, and it's a lean towards the left. But when you look at all of the national news programming, they swing hard right and hard left, and I still think that the PBS NewsHour is the closest thing to the middle.
Right now, the contract with PBS means APT must run all PBS programs, and that makes up 90% of what you see on Alabama Public Television. Commissioner Conroy says this meeting was scheduled so they could vote on whether to cut ties with PBS, and he thinks they need to have that vote so the commission knows whether to stay on course until they learn more about what the public wants. In Birmingham, Lisa Crane, WVTM 13.